1, 2, 3, go.
So alright guys, this is going to be a 15 minutes presentation and it's going to be a long presentation. So here are some snacks and sweets for all of you. Feel free to cut yourself.
Thank you.
So right, to begin with, am I right to say that everyone has travelled overseas before?
Yes.
So what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you travel overseas?
Relax. Holiday.
Itinerary.
Yeah.
England.
That's right. So right, good morning everyone. I'm En Jia. I'm the executive from the Central and Professional International Experience, and I'm here to bring you on a proposal of my itinerary. I hope by the end of this presentation that you all will be convinced by my idea. So moving on, I have 5 years of experience in planning and organizing itineraries, as well as graduated from NUS with a bachelor's degree. I have 10 previous trips for the year NUS students to countries such as Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. The students have benefited greatly from the trip and have learned many things from the trip. So here is an example of student feedback from my planning of the trip. So as you can see from this student, Drew, he find that this study trip to Japan was an amazing one, and that he had learned many benefits and details about the trip. So he find that without the year NUS team, he would not have enjoyed the trip that well. So moving on, I'll be going on my presentation outline. In my presentation, I'll be covering the following details, known as which is placing a greater emphasis on the key activities of the trip. I will be focusing on the 3 highlights known as ASH, arts, social and historical aspect of the trip. So I'll be focusing on mainly the 2 cities, Cambridge and London. So moving on, Yongqi, which country is this?
England.
That's right. So we will be going to England. So why England? So England has a rich and historical culture of the country, and he also has many cultural details about it. So students will be able to benefit from going to England, as they can learn about the rich cultural aspects of the country as well. Previously, they have been to countries in Japan, Korea and Vietnam. So I feel that this time, they should venture out into the European country to learn about the European country in another perspective from what they have learned previously in the Asian countries. So I believe that, like what I was saying before, I'll be focusing on the 2 cities, which is London and Cambridge. And moving on, I'll be talking about the trip details. It will be from 24th August 2017 to 6th September 2017, and the duration of the trips will be 2 weeks. The location will be Cambridge, London, in England, and the group size will be 20 students and 2 professors, which are from the humanities department, so that the students will be able to interact with them better. The main targeted facility for the trip will be the humanities department, and the proposed trip cost will be $3,000 per student. The partner organization will be the University of Cambridge. So for the selection process, the students have to have a GPA of at least 3.0 and it must be from the humanities department. They will also have to write a 500-word essay, and it will be finalized through interview process. So moving on, we will be talking about the flight details. We will be taking Singapore Airlines, and it will departure from Singapore Changi Airport on 24th August 2017 at 2 AM Singapore time, and arrive on the same day at Cambridge International Airport on 8 AM 21st August, same day at GMT time. So moving on, it will be the return trip. We will be departing from Cambridge International Airport on 6 September 2017, 11 AM, and arrive on the same day as well, on 4 PM in Singapore Changi Airport. So why do we choose Singapore Airlines? I'm sure that some of you have concerns over the choosing of the airlines. So Singapore Airlines firstly is known for its safety and reputation. It is ranked number 2 in the world's top airports in the world. Moreover, not only is it safe, comfortability is also another criteria. As you can see from this review by this passenger, it's a 5-star review where he revealed that this is a fantastic airline which provides excellent service as well as good facilities for them to use. Thus, we will be traveling by Singapore Airlines as it provides the three benefits, which is comfortability, safety, as well as the good customer service. Moving on, we will be talking about the accommodation. Students will be staying in the dormitory of University of Cambridge. This dormitory will be fully subsidized by the University of Cambridge as we are partnering with them. Thus, there will be also like free Wi-Fi for everyone to use, and this will benefit everyone greatly. So some of you might have concerns over the choice of university where we are going to. So why University of Cambridge? Firstly, it's rich in history and is one of the world's oldest universities and leading academic centers. It also has an outstanding academic achievement and ranked third in the world for the School of History. Lastly, it has a team of well-trained professionals who are specialized in their own particular modules. So the first activity I'll be mentioning will be the Fitzwilliam Museum. It's one of the greatest art collections of Cambridge and is known for its historical knowledge in the form of art. It consists of 144 pictures, and it also enables learning from a wide variety of real objects in a unique environment. Students will be able to learn about the historical and art culture of the museum, as well as to learn about the immense history of the Cambridge. The cost of the museum is free, which is good as it helps to meet our criteria for our budget of $3,000. Moving on will be why we choose Fitzwilliam Museum. He has a 5-star rating where there's this customer who says that Fitzwilliam Museum is a world-class top-notch museum who has beautiful exhibits all over. Fitzwilliam Museum also allows students to be able to help them better in their presentation as when they come back to Singapore, as they will be able to learn about the historical and art aspects which I've mentioned previously before. So moving on, the next museum we'll be visiting will be the Museum of Cambridge. It is one of the oldest social history museums in the United Kingdom, and it has tracing traditions. The cost of this museum is $10, which is reasonable, and it helps to meet our budget of $3,000. Students will be able to learn historical aspect of the museum, as well as which helps in the presentation on the historical immersion module when they come back to Singapore. So the last key activity I want to mention will be Notting Hill Carnival. So the Notting Hill Carnival takes place on the 26th, 27th and the 28th of August. We will be going on the 28th of August, and it's first held in 1966. It's the largest street festival consisting of children parades, grand finale featuring people dressed in many costumes filled with variety of colors. So students will be able to learn social inclusion as well as a deep cultural understanding. They will also be able to learn that this event actually promotes equality among the different racial backgrounds. The cost of the event is free, which is thus helps in our budget planning process as well. So moving on, I'll be talking about the budget plan of $3,000. I've managed to keep our budget of each student to be $2,400, which is 20% below the budget plan of $3,000. The flight tickets will be $1,380, which is a two-way return ticket, and the meals is $300. The catering of shuttle buses will be $350, and moving on, the events fee will be $85. So there will be also a one-night stay in London, which is in the Amber Hotel Charing Cross, which is a 5-star hotel. The hotel price is $285, although the usual price is $370. So there's this promotional period ongoing where the price is discounted to $285, but it is only valid till 14 August, which is 1 week from now. So it will be good that you will accept my proposal before 14 August, so that we can enjoy this discount. The last part will be accommodation, which I mentioned previously. This will be fully sponsored by the University of Cambridge, and it costs $380. However, this $380 is fully sponsored, thus it will not be included in the budget plan. So before I move on to my conclusion, do you guys have any questions?
Oh yes, I do have a question. Yes, I do. Sorry. Amazing presentation. I love all the detail and everything, but I have a concern of safety, as London and UK has been recently attacked by the terrorists. So in what ways can you ensure the safety of these students?
So firstly, some of the students will be traveling in groups. We will ensure that they will travel in groups so that they will remain safe. And moreover, they have to maintain their contact through the phone so that in case of anything happens, they can contact their professors as well.
Alright, thank you.
Andrew?
Your itinerary actually shows a lot of museums. So there's like 4 museums. Would there be like any clash?
Yeah, I understand your concern. That's a very good question. We are going to quite a few museums as seen in the itinerary. However, each museum provides a unique aspect of their own cultural and historical things. Thus, each museum will enhance the students' learning and that it will not clash.
From your itinerary that you have passed out, right? So I've seen this detail where it is the Oktoberfest. You mentioned about going to the Oktoberfest, right? But from what I know, Oktoberfest is held in Germany. So, will the students be traveling all the way there just for the Oktoberfest, or?
Oh no, they will not be. No, it's not held in Germany actually.
I think there's a version in...
There's a version in United Kingdom.
Okay.
But thank you for the question.
Okay.
Okay, I was just looking at your itinerary and I see that you bought Singapore Airlines to Cambridge. Does Singapore Airlines fly to Cambridge?
Oh, there will be a change in the airlines. Like they will change the airlines.
Sure, thank you.
I have one last question. So I understand, first and foremost, I really enjoyed our presentation and I felt that it was really well organized. But I have a small question. From 27th August to the end of the trip, there's basically only one activity planned for each day. Don't you feel that like the students will be getting a lot of free time? Like we can use the time to better like visit more places and reduce the time they'll be overseas and save more money.
So that's a very good question. The free time is used for the students to study and revise on their historical lessons that is taught by the professors.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good with questions. Go ahead.
Alright. So moving on, I will come to my conclusion on why should you accept my proposal. Firstly, it meets the objective of improving students' socialization skills. It also meets the objective of allowing students to gain wider historical knowledge about England, as well as increase their art culture about England. Lastly, it helps students in their presentation on the historical immersion module when they return to Singapore. So, shall we go ahead with this plan?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.